Today is July 24th. The Yankees get swept by the Mets again. The whole series. Hey, we're playing the Mets. We lost. Let's talk Yanks.
Yankees played bad. Let's recap the sad. How much more can we take?
I don't know if it's sad. I don't know.
As the lost column grows,
Mad.
try to enjoy
Mad
the
and
show.
disappointed.
It's time for Talkin' Yanks.
I'm kind of mad.
Pretty sad.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, presented to you by SeatGeek, code Yanks10. Go share your emotions at the stadium, or maybe come to the live Aaron Boone event August 5th. Getting a little more interesting every day.
You might get some questions to ask.
Come through T-Squared Social August 5th. It's a really cool setup. Hopefully we're talking a lot of trade acquisitions. Again,
They better do something.
Someone did reply with the gif of that reporter throwing their shoes at George W. Bush. It might be a scene. Come through. We got tickets.
Tickets.
Welcome to Talkin' Yanks. If you've heard a couple other voices, producer Bug Dude on the 1s, 2s, and 3s. Joseph Solano McFly is back here, a passionate Yankee fan. And do you like the product you're seeing on the field?
Absolutely not. I think this product is the product that you return for defectiveness at a Walmart.
On a Saturday night when you don't want to be there. But you're still like, we need to.
They go in the defective pile.
This is going to suck, but we need to do something.
You know when it takes a lot for me to actually return something.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I get it, sometimes I'll be like, ugh. So if I'm taking out of my time to return it, it means it's really bad. Yanks are defective right now.
Yeah, I'm not doing this as a flex, but essentially if I get anything under $50, I don't buy a lot of stuff for myself. That cost is done. There's not a return option. Things need to be returned.
Yes.
Brutal couple nights. You've got the embarrassing blowout loss tonight. You've got the embarrassing close games where Mets fans, Jolly Olive is
I can't talk about Jolly
dancing in the dark right now. He's having like the best time of his life.
Can't talk about Jolly Olive.
And it's because the Mets are hitting and the Mets are winning. And the Yankees are doing the opposite of that, including the pitching staff, a team that was never built on defense and speed, so they're not doing that well. The KT Sharp stat was that the Yankees have given up now. I retweeted it a second before they homered. They've given up now 56 homers in 28 games since June 20th. That's 13 more than any other team. So the second to last place team in less than a month's worth of games, we've given up 12 more homers. Not average, not middle of the pack. And that's currently our secondary problem.
Yes.
Because Luis Severino, your friend, Joe's.
Indeed.
You guys text. I've seen you send voice memos to each other.
All the time.
He had a quote in front of all of the reporters where he said, I don't really care. Why would I be scared about missing the Yankees? They only have 2 hitters. You know what the beat reporters did? They all chuckled. Why did they chuckle?
Because there's laughter in truth.
Tough to watch, man. Tough to watch.
What was tough to watch
Pretty
is...
sad.
Yes, very. What was tough to watch, and we talked about this a little bit, Jake, we had all of the TVs on, and we had the different games on from different...
This really got to you.
This got to me.
Yeah.
Dave Martinez, the Nationals, having a rough night. You know, it looks like he was in the post game. You know, the Padres shelled them. They shelled them. And you look at their box score.
Yeah.
I mean, the Padres box score looks crazy for tonight. Go look at it. you'll be envious as a Yankee fan. But then you look at the Nationals box score. Dave Martinez saying we just didn't do enough, and he's looking like really like down. They had 6 hits. Hey, we had 8 in 2 nights.
Yeah.
Jake, we were jealous.
Judge got walked 4 times.
And then when Judge got walked 4 times, but when he expected to get walked, they pitched him. It's a good strat. It's a good strat.
There's a phrase that we popularized on this show, and it's kind of a known thing in baseball, and we felt it during different seasons. We felt there's a time when you have a good baseball team and they're winning games they shouldn't win. And that's when you're like, yo,
Yeah.
this team.
Yes. Those are nice.
We're coming back. We're walking off. It kind of doesn't matter. I think early 22 felt that way. I think that was the Yankees were doing a lot of walk-offs. Was that the bubblegum year? Was that like Nestor, the silly Nestor gif with the bubblegum? I feel like that
They've done
was.
gum stuff a lot.
What year was that? 20?
I think 22. I could be
22?
wrong.
It could be
Early
22.
22 was a special start. and
That
they
was
had a
like
lot of those kinda games.
whatever the bubblegum time was, that was walk-off. Like I was ninth inning, it was like search for the bubblegum.
Search for the bubblegum.
There's also normal times in baseball where you win the games you're like supposed to win. And that includes comebacks and late losses.
Yes.
Because you're just like, we're due for that loss.
Yes.
Like, it was
You can't win them all.
It was a 1-run game. The heart of their lineup came up. Bad call by the ump. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's baseball.
We couldn't.
That guy's a good hitter.
Our bullpen wasn't. We used our bullpen the past 2 nights. Mm-hmm. Baseball happens.
Yes. Baseball going baseball.
But you're also winning those games. And it's like, oh, dude, we knew, in the 9th inning, once we got that double play in the 8th and we're leading off with Soto, we're going to win that game.
Oh, yeah.
Game 1 was a game when the Yankees are playing right, they're supposed to win.
Yeah.
Edwin Diaz sitting on the front step. Diekman's been like the worst reliever in baseball this month. They were supposed to win that final Orioles game. They didn't win that.
Ground ball or fly ball.
They won that game.
They won that game. Twice.
They
won the game twice.
They actively tried to lose that game. That things are full-blown bad again. I do think, before we get to Joe's, who's prepared the groundskeeping and his burns, I do think it does need to be noted, and do whatever you want with the note.
Yes.
The Orioles are playing awful.
The AL East has become very mid.
The Red Sox are playing awful.
Awful.
Congrats on the extension, Cora.
Yes, congrats to him.
Alex, A-Rod's very good friend.
Very good friend.
He said in his Instagram
Since forever.
post. I didn't see Cora respond to that.
Maybe he liked it. I don't know.
Maybe he could have just texted him. Maybe Rod could have just texted him. I don't know. That's a weird thing, huh? So the standings don't look obtuse. The Yankees are a 1.5 back of Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Sox have not gained ground. They're 6 back in the division, 4.5 back of the Yankees. So
The standings last 10 look a little gross.
there's still some Yankee soldiers out there, and I love you, and I wish I still had this energy, that are like, we're not losing ground right now.
I understand that side of it.
We've been there.
But watching this,
Again.
yes,
Watching this again.
22.
The worst pitching for the past month. A 2-man lineup. No speed, no defense. It's literally everything after 2 years where we've seen the wheels fall completely off of the organization around a similar timeline.
Jake, this was tweeted out since June 7th. White Sox 12-28, Yanks 15-24, Rockies, who we want to trade with. These are 2 teams we want to trade with.
Right.
Rockies are 15-25. Yanks are the second worst team in baseball since that stretch.
You said it beautifully before, Joes, when we were watching the game in our live stream lounge. Why does the bad have to be so bad?
Yeah. There's no ebbs and there's no hey, there's an ebb and flow. There's peak and there's extreme valley. There's never let me just, you know what? This has become kind of like a bad word. It's okay to be mid, Yankees. Be mid. You're not even mid.
We're not mid.
You're bad.
How much of our lineup would we kill to be mid?
Jake, we said, I think they said in the broadcast, I think the best strategy to beat the Yankees is to keep runners off base when Soto and Judge are up. And I said, that's easy.
Right.
That's just what happens.
Yes, there used to be a button. Was it from, I don't know. You just press it. That was easy.
That was a big, what was that, Staples? That was a good promotion.
That's good. That's pretty good.
They started slinging easy buttons. That was
they were everywhere for a couple
That was a whole
years.
bit. Dude, every office across
Yes.
America had a couple easy buttons. Like, that was prime corporate Jakey wheelhouse. There wasn't an office I walked into that didn't have an easy button.
Yes.
I mean, groundskeeping, I spoke with Aaron Boone yesterday. Oh, all the softball questions. Oh, the giggle fest, bro. I'll let out a little frustration. What do you guys want me to ask him? A week out on the deadline. Who's on the bench that you want to see getting more run?
Who's in the minors that you want to see getting more run?
But that's not a Boone decision. If you can get mad at some of the lineup stuff, but there's not a ton of answers. Jahmai Jones was a little bit of a goof.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Sure.
That's crazy.
Sure. Big time goof. I get it. There's nobody in the bottom of the lineup that it's like they got to be up there. There's not someone on the bench who's been hot that we're not playing. Like, are you Cole's performance tonight? What do you want to do with that? So, I don't know. I understand it. Like, I'm super frustrated.
Yeah.
It stinks.
It's better to win.
If you got some, I think we all have a lot of questions for Brian Cashman that we hope are answered in a week or so. Less than. I mean, we've got a couple weird ones for Hal. Why is there a net over Monument Park? That's one I've got today.
During the game.
I don't get it.
I would like to see Monument Park. Like, it used to be visible.
You used to be able to see it during, like, a fly ball to left. You'd be like, there's Monument Park. Like, Soto's ball today should have been sick.
Yeah.
It should have rattled off a monument.
Like, what are they worried about?
I think they don't want it to break Monument. I think they had a net in the old stadium, though.
The monuments I saw.
They did. Huh?
The monuments I saw were, like, tough. Like, they win a fight versus a ball.
They used to be on the field.
Now we're talking.
There's that video of them running right through.
Joe's, give him the groundskeeping.
All right, it's time for some grounds creeping, guys. Been preparing this all night. First thing, Jason Dominguez will be joining the minor league squad, guys. So, hey.
Ahead of schedule.
Ahead of schedule.
Always scary with an oblique.
Yeah, that's always scary with an oblique.
You know what they always say with an oblique? Come back ahead of
please
schedule.
take your
Come back
time.
as soon as possible. So he should be coming back pretty soon. Let's just watch out for that. Hopefully he's healthy, doesn't get hurt.
Boone said within a week he could start seeing game action.
Wow, that's very soon. I knew that already, though.
You knew that.
The other thing is Giancarlo Stanton is getting set to join the Yanks once again. And that's some good stuff. I like that. And I don't know what else did I miss. I think that's our grounds creeping.
Aaron Boone was asked if Giancarlo Stanton could be available in Boston. Boone said, I don't want to say no, but I don't know. I'm not necessarily expecting it, so he will not be with the team in Boston. I think that's how we all read that.
It feels like a non-grounds creeping for him.
It's creeping.
It's creeping.
Ian Hamilton hasn't done anything yet.
That's
Nick
not-
Birdie's
that
facing
can't-
Dominguez.
Yeah.
I can't be on it. Ian Hamilton not doing anything. I can't be on it.
Still needs to toss side sessions and live BP before getting
I've
into
got
games.
people tweeting me about they're excited about John Birdie. I've got people
Had a setback last
2
week.
days
He had
ago.
a setback, no?
2 days ago, he resumed activities. I have people tweeting that they're excited for John Birdie to come back, which that's a bad sign. I had people tweeting that they're like, "Oh man, we're missing Rizzo right now," and it's like, do you not?
Did you not see the? Oh, you talked about that
I mean,
graphic.
talk about a blessing.
You talked about the graphic where they put up, oh, this is Judge and Soto
Yeah,
versus the rest of
I
the
got
lineup.
mad.
You're like, they need to take Giancarlo out of that, and then you really see the real.
There should
The
be.
real
They should
number.
list 3 stats. It should be Judge and Soto paired together stats,
Yes, Giancarlo.
and how incredible they are. There should be a Giancarlo lane, and then there should be everyone else. Because right now, what Giancarlo's doing to everyone else's numbers is a plus 18 homers.
Yeah.
So we'll get our analytics department on that. Let's get into the games. We've already talked about them a little bit.
Let's go.
Going to be an interesting award section. And just some overall general gripes that we've been discussing for the past 4 hours now. And you know what me and Joe's like to do? Buy things.
Yeah.
And you can buy things with the New York Yankees MasterCard credit card. Earn pinstripe rewards and maybe 2 free tickets. If you spend $100 on the Yankees credit card within 30 days of opening an account, you could do that in the city very easily. Between lunch and a yoga class today, I think I'm pretty close. 2 free tickets for select regular season home games at Yankee Stadium, plus pinstripe awards, 5% back on purchases at the stadium, 3% back on restaurants, bars, rideshare, mass transit, 1% on all other purchases. And you can redeem rewards like Yankee tickets, as well as memorabilia, VIP experiences. Card holders can also redeem pinstripe rewards for cash back. For more info and to start earning rewards today, visit pinstriperewards.com. That's pinstriperewards.com. Restrictions apply. There's a link in the description.
Might need to hear the Aaron Boone press conference. He said, this is Gary Phillips. He said, ask Aaron Boone at what point is this more than just a poor stretch? And then he says, I'm not defining it. We have it right in front of us. Yeah,
Right.
That's just coach speak for him. We're really good, a really good team that's just playing shitty of late. We need to be better.
Did he curse?
Yeah.
Wow,
We're pissed off in
okay.
there. We got a lot of pride in there, and we have a lot of expectations. Stretch, slump, recent, I don't give a shit. We've got to play
Double?
better the rest of the way.
Double?
Double.
We're cursing.
It's a double cheeseburger.
We're cursing.
I like that.
Dang. Okay. Let's do game 1, I suppose. Joe's?
Take it away, Jake.
It's one heel of a matchup as Luis takes the mound for the Yanks in the Subway Series, while the Mets hope to go Tekken mode and have Quintana win. Bottom 1, let's head to Billy's for a Gleyber bomb. 1-0 Yanks after the Torres homer. It'd stay that way into the 5th. The Mets crack open the Lindor with a bases-loaded hit-by pitch, and with the door open, the squirrel ran right in. McNeil, 2-run homer. It's 3-1 Mets. He'll finish 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Alex for double answers in the bottom of the 6th. 1-run game. Luke Weaver drags his ball sack all over the mound, and only a Judge lowlight gets shown because he got walked 4 times. Outside of that, the Yankees lose game 1, 3-2 final.
Get those steps in, Judge. Get used to it, Pop. Until you get Big G back, they're going to keep doing that to you.
1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. The Verdugo double. 11 left on base.
I was happy when I seen the Verdugo double.
Yeah, Doogie got robbed today. We
He looked like he was going through it. After he's like, man, I can't buy a hit. But
this was Jahmai Jones' leadoff, which we're going to talk about. Narvaez also gets the start in this game because he's now our second catcher. And J.D. Davis, cleanup. Both of these games versus lefty. Where do you start? Joe's, please.
You got to get these runs in when they're out there. It feels like if the Yankees are in a situation. First of all, I'm just gonna paint this picture for you, Yankee fans. Close your eyes, please.
Close your minds
and open up your mind's eye.
Open up your eyes and your mind.
You've seen this game every night. Okay, 2 on. There's maybe 2 outs. I want you to guess what's happening.
Oh my God.
It's a ground ball.
Ground ball to third.
It's a finding a fielder. It's an out every single time. If it's ever a situation, even 1 out, where the Yankees have to get 2 hits to get a runner in, 2 hits is a lot.
That's Jover.
Yanks got to do better in this situation. I feel like he'll deserve the better fate. He didn't. He kind of fell off a little bit. Toward the end for him.
Couple big innings.
Right. Couple of big innings.
91 pitches through 5.
Which is fine for him, but we got to put some more runs on the board for the kid, man. Come on.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that stings, I know Big Mike Talkin for his
Jahmai leadoff.
For his mustache and general demeanor on the mound, I tweeted out Talkin and Pete Alonso feel like they're out of a cartoon, like the same baseball cartoon.
Yeah.
I can't get mad at Mike Talkin. He's been great for the Yanks. I mean, should Michael Talkin be our 6th inning guy in a game we really need? Probably not.
How many games did 2 runs win you?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. And Luke Weaver saves the day at one point. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. And I've been wondering a lot. People, I'll be honest. I read some of the comments. Yeah. And in where we're at as a company and just living online, I appreciate comments, and I love all the nice stuff. Thank you. The bad stuff, you like to filter through and see what's nonsense. I say this with reviews of restaurants. Like if you see a 4-star review that's like, I was really hoping the soup would be a little better, but the service was good, and I had a really great chicken. You're like, okay, that feels like a good review. When you see the 1-star review that's like, it was my kid's 11th birthday, and we walked in, and not only was our table crooked, it's like, okay, this review has a little bit of angst behind it.
Right.
I've been wondering about the Boone stuff. In a way, I want to be tougher, but there's not much going on with the team. We see a weird lineup today. And we mentioned afterwards, Boone whispered to us, why he couldn't reveal it 2 hours earlier is insane to me. So maybe I could be mad about that, which I kind of was. Jahmai Jones coming into this game had some of the better offensive stats, and they're looking for literally anything. J.D. Davis, they brought in to hit. This is a body we've talked about as hopefully someone that could click for the Yankees. He has not, and he might have drove the final daggers through that in these 2 games. The part that gets me mad, because I'm like whatever about it. We're searching. No one's got it except Gleyber now because he homered in back-to-back games, so he's probably your leadoff hitter through the weekend. What gets me mad is part of the excitement was the pinch hit ability. That Boone was excited when the lefty Quintana comes out of the game that they'll be able to go to Ben Rice, Austin Wells, and Trent Grisham. Now, not exactly your father's murderer's row.
I don't like that.
2, pinch hitting, I still don't think we're properly quantifying as an organization. Because every baseball player who's ever played the game has been worse at pinch hitting than hitting.
Unless you're Luis Sojo.
like, I don't even think the facts back that up, but it was just kind of comical when you
Feels
saw
that way.
everyone kind of forgot Luis wasn't a coach for a second, and then he'd come up and hit, and you'd be like, oh, shoot. All right, Luis, get some hacks off. You're like, no, he doesn't go yard in batting practice. Not only does this empty your bench, so that's another thing you could put on the other side of, like, this is a bad formula.
Yeah.
Because your bench is completely wiped out, which we see the Mets have their star closer, Edwin Diaz, sitting in the dugout, because I think he threw 28 pitches the night before or something like that. So the Yankees didn't know he would be out, but they thought he could be out. That they finished the game with lefty Jake Diekman,
And got away with it.
who now, in that final inning, and Jake Diekman has been having a brutal month, his first hitter is Trent Grisham in his second at bat. So not pinch hitting, but left on left. And you guys know the scouting report on Trent Grisham by now.
He hits it to the wrong part of the ballpark. He hit it to the wrong part of the ballpark.
If he swings.
If he swings.
And
yes.
his 2-1 pitch was probably a ball, got called a strike.
Yeah.
Baseball Susan. Juan Soto gets walked on 4 pitches. Judge, he gets a fastball down the middle, which is really tough.
Thought he wasn't getting pitched out.
Everyone in the stadium was kind of paralyzed by that one. It is tough in hindsight. And then Diekman kind of threw a couple good ones. It's brutal. So there goes what felt like our opportunity. And like I said earlier in the program, this felt like a win. When the Yankees, when Luke Weaver got out of the situation, a good Yankees team wins this game. And then Ben Rice Rice has entered God bless his heart territory. Like if the Yankees were a Southern team and you talked about Ben Rice at the bar, you'd be like, Ben Rice, bless his heart. Because he fought up there 7-pitch at bat. But Jake Diekman is a pro lefty, a lefty that's like pitched big innings at Major League Baseball, that Ben Rice was just fighting for his life up there. Yankees lose, and guess just a like sick feeling in Yankee fans' stomachs.
It just sucks. You're at home. It's a packed house. It just felt like the Mets weren't like running away with it offensively. This is a game that you could have had. You had opportunities to get more runs, and you just didn't do it, dog. It's like it's every night we're singing the same song.
The Yankees didn't get a hit in the final 3 innings, and I think their last 11 outs, no hits. There were a couple walks in there, Judge, Soto, and Austin Wells, who walks a lot. But man,
What do the Yankees see in Davis?
oh,
No, I'm just being honest here. Like, what are
they
I
see
haven't
his
seen
baseball
anything.
card. They see his baseball card.
But as a Yankee, I just haven't seen. I know he got
agree.
hurt. I haven't seen anything to warrant
He
more
got-
time over Rice.
He went on the IL over a stomach sickness, which let's for reasons right now.
Yeah.
Well, I think everyone else's brain is running away with it. Let's say that was gnarly.
Yeah.
Let's say that's a bad time.
Yes.
Gnarly plus All-Star break coming. So
Right. They played a game with the IL there. You know, for anyone who's been actually really stomach sick, that's a bad time.
That's a bad time.
And it zaps all of your power, which, if you look at it, J.D. Davis at bat right now, I mean, him and DJ, it feels like powerless.
There's no pop.
Anything else from this game? I mentioned Luke Weaver dragging his thing all over the mound with a big strikeout, a couple ballsy pitches. Coney was like in heaven on the broadcast.
Shout out to Luke Weaver, man. He deserves love. What he's done this year. I don't think he's a guy coming into this year we expected to be who he was.
God, the DJ chopper to third that he just olayed.
Oh my god.
And then luckily that was Bader. They pick him off. But if they didn't do that, if they got that insurance run, what would we be saying about Clay and the Yankees defense and all of it? God.
And today, we'll get to it, but I think DJ had a play today that got, he reacted a little late for.
Yeah,
Eddie. Going to first.
Eduardo on the broadcast was like, it's tough.
It was kind of a tough one.
Maybe we do some game 2.
Let's do game 2.
Garrett J. Cole would try to work out the Yankees' problems while Sean Paul Manaea would try to turn up the temperature with a season sweep of the Pinstripers. How about another Gleyber bomb to Billy's? Leadoff homer by Gley. It's 1-0 Yanks. But one Badu pitch has the Mets calling Tyrone. Tie it at 1s. One ticket to Monument Park, please. Soto gives the Yankees the lead at 2-1. Only problem? They gave up the next 11 runs to the Mets. 5.5 home runs given up. It's an embarrassment in the Bronx. Yankees lose 12-2 final and lose all 4 games to the Mets in 2024.
I hate where I have become, where I have gotten to as a Yankee fan, where I am looking at rallies based around where Soto and Judge are.
Yeah.
So if I get to a point, and I get it, but they can't do it all, bro. That's not how you build a team. It just has never been that way, ever. Ask Mike Trout. I'm sure Angels fans know what that feels like to look at, let me see, is this
Mike Trout and Ohtani, even.
Right, Trout and Ohtani. So that stinks, dude. I don't want to get to the 5th spot, it's right there. And then feel like, damn, I got a long way to go before I can get right back up and get another chance. It shouldn't feel that way. And when we had, I think they announced 7, 8, and 9, we were like, what do you think is going to happen here? It was
that was 6, 7, 8.
Oh, 6, excuse me.
It was Verdugo, Davis, and DJ.
Yeah.
And the game had already turned into a laugher.
I think we were thinking about going to DraftKings to bet immaculate inning.
There may have been a joke about that. They went down 1-2-3.
They went down 1-2-3. So it wasn't, there's laughter in the truth, Jake.
There's laughter in the truth sometimes.
But that sucks, man. And I hate to beat a dead horse about it because we all know.
Right.
But what this team needs is Giancarlo to come back.
Right.
The youthful exuberance and excitement that Jason Dominguez will bring.
Right.
And you need to acquire a bat at the deadline. Maybe 2 bats at the deadline.
Right.
2, I feel like I'm getting greedy. But at least 1 and a respectable bat.
Yeah, okay, let's do a slight open forum because it's 2 games and they're embarrassing and sad and we're almost dreading awards, even though the kook, it'll get a little kooky.
Yeah, there'll be a kook award.
In awards. Yeah, this was the text in our Talkin' Yanks chant, John Malama Ding Dong in there. If this Yankees team is to do anything, because we hate the Yankees, and maybe this is something tough I can bring to Boom. They love the wins in the bank statement. We've got the wins in the bank. Don't care. Doesn't matter. It's like the opposite of every sports team ever. What sports team have you ever heard? Well, we won the other day. Don't care. We need to win more. Second worst team in baseball the last month and a half. Them and the White Sox?
Yes.
White Sox who are on a 9-game losing streak.
The White Sox have been godly bad.
Proven to be the worst team in the league.
Biblically bad.
We're fine with when it was one bad week. You get back on track. Those other ones make up for 1 or 2 bad weeks. It's been 6 weeks.
It's been too long. Jason Dominguez has gone from fun bonus piece
to necessary.
To need.
Need.
That's it. He's kind of got to be come back, be a very talented center fielder, which that's a whole nother conversation that we've been pushing off for a while. You need Stan to be back, and luckily, that's something that if we said before the season, we would have scoffed at. But Stanton showed us something, and he's supposed to be coming back soon. So that's one that you could be like, okay, whatever. And having Stanton in the lineup as a constant could hit a homer threat instead of kind of the praying we have going on with other at-bats. Yes. His numbers with runners in scoring position have been great this year. Stan is a big plus, and coming into the year, we wouldn't have believed that. It's those two, and you need a trade piece. Sure, you could point to little things like could Birdie be an MLB contributor?
Sure.
Doesn't change the outlook of the team.
No.
Could something happen between Rizzo, DJ, JD Davis, Oswaldo? Can't bank on that. The only other thing that I would add as a little splash on that iced coffee would be if the Yankees added a lineup. End of sentence.
Yes.
There's been points in a baseball season where I've seen Gleyber Torres hit. If you want to keep a light on for him, okay.
Okay.
Anthony Volpe at a bottom of a lineup, I still have interest in. I feel like that's
Same.
a little bit of a hot take. Anthony Volpe at the bottom of the Yankees lineup as the 8-9 hitter, just looking to do your job. I have some interest in that. So that goes to what you were saying about putting together a team and how if you add Giancarlo, everyone else's responsibilities slide down.
Yep.
Do Austin Wells and Ben Rice's at-bats feel a little better down a spot in the lineup? Like, I normally use it when talking about a bullpen. If you add an eighth inning guy and you slide everyone else down, and now Luke Weaver's your 6-7, that feels nice. So, yeah, there's still hope in Yankee land.
There's still hope.
But let's check in, especially at the deadline. Because if they don't get a hitter.
Cashman needs to be, obviously he needs to be pushing, pushing the prospects or whatever it is. He needs to be out there selling.
You want Cashman pushing P?
He's got to push some P. He's got to do it. If you want to make the playoffs, I like that P. Then you need to be able to not even make the playoffs, but actually be like successful there.
Yeah.
You need to change some things, dog. And I'm going to need you to do that. Cashman, I think, above everybody. And everybody, I don't know if people have, because people always want to blame Boone.
Right.
And it's fine, bro. And
Hey, intensity, responsibility.
Yes.
Kangaroo court.
Yes, I'm so down. I don't know if the Yankees do this. I am kind of sure that they don't. The Yankees need to do kangaroo court. I think it's a way of holding everyone accountable. I know it's supposed to be funny or whatever it is or fun, but it kind of is a little embarrassing. You don't want to be called out in kangaroo court. The old Yankees used to have that, where they would call it Mariano Rivera was the judge, and he would judge everybody, and you would have to pay fines according to what you're doing. You get picked off.
Yeah, but Joe,
silly plays.
Who on the team would you even pick to be the judge now?
Pick a coach.
The captain's last name is Judge, Pop.
I'm not picking him to be there. No, not yet. I think he needs to be part of Kangaroo Court.
You're not giving him Judge. I like that. I respect that. Mike Harkey.
Oh,
That's a good
yes.
Judge. That's a good judge. You don't mess with that judge.
You don't mess with him. We seen him go out to the mound today.
Yeah, we did.
And he was like,
congrats to Matt Blake. Having child. Probably listening right now.
Yes.
You know, Jim was watching cricket. Matt Blake's watching Talkin Yanks. I don't know. we're going to do awards and the rest. Is there any other State of the Union Yankee stuff? Boston this weekend?
Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, and we going out there on Friday. Do not get swept by Boston. Boston is as bad, and if not worse right now than the Yankees. The standings, I told you guys, the last 10 for everybody looks horrible. You need to understand that. Yankees, you need to go up there. You got to take 2 out of 3, Pop. If you're serious about anything, 2 out of 3. I get it. We're 4-6 in our last 10. The Orioles are 3-7. The Red Sox are 4-6. Please bring the bats up to Fenway. Please.
Ooh.
I'm just talking about the physical bats.
Oh. I mean that. Who takes care of that? Is that Kakuza?
Yeah. Or maybe the president, maybe you activate Giancarlo. And I know Boone said no, but maybe just his presence might help.
I would be enthused if they're doing Giancarlo funny business right now.
When they showed him today on the bench and he has that mad face, I'm like, I need him in the game.
I do want to say this as well, and this is another theory from our Talkin Yanks chat. This was a theory we thrown out last year. I put it at 5% chance. Other members of Talkin Yanks you may be familiar with put it, I think he said 49%. That the game 1 lineup was Boone sending a message to the front office to bring in some different guys.
He can't do that.
I can't.
He's not doing that.
We'll never know until the Brian Hoke book comes out in a couple years. Luckily, we always have that.
We will always have the Brian Hoke book.
Sure, I'm going to want to. If the Yankees don't turn around, hey, Hope, I'm telling you this right now. I love you, Pop. Yankees don't turn around and win this year. Do not make a book about this year. All right?
Oh.
Don't. Or maybe you do.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do.
You got the goods in there.
To find out what's going on. But
speaking of the goods, how about Shady Rays? I forgot. I wore my Shady Rays in today because I've been inside like the rest of the day. Grinding. Shady Rays. They have you covered. Premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product. 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Their shades have durable frames, crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for all outdoor adventures.
yes.
That's delightful.
I like it.
Plus, their lost and broken replacement. If you lose them or break them, they will work on getting you that same pair back. Pretty nice.
One of my favorite things about it.
And with code Yanks, you're getting their best deal of the season. 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized sunglasses. That offer applies to the custom Jimmy and Jake collab shades. So go get yours now. Thank you, Shady Rice. Robbie Ray back tonight. Huh.
You know what time it is, right?
I think it's Pride.
Yes.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
I believe you have the honors.
I do have the honor.
And this
Your
is
honor.
tricky.
It is tricky.
There's not a lot of pride right now.
There's not a lot of pride, but, you know, some people did well. I mean, hey, Gleyber Torres, you homered twice. You had a double at the end. And you almost got caught at second tonight. That was insane. But, you know, I thought you played some defense as well, some good defense, and I like what I'm seeing from Gleyber now as we approach the deadline conveniently.
What's the
Like it.
Some people online were posting a Gleyber split.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
He's been
I got it.
effective recently. How long does that go back? I guess if
I think you can go
June 28th.
You can go
maybe?
back to the benching. And it's been a pretty clean.
That's interesting. Yeah, June 28th, 17 games. This is before today. 300, 368, and 801 OPS.
Benching works. Benching works.
So, yeah, and as everyone's acting out their deadline and who you want and whatever's available, Yankees are listening to everything, which is good. We like that. Gleyber out and another piece that you can guarantee will be more productive than he
That's
could.
what I'm saying. I don't know.
Isn't
I don't know if you're
really
gonna find it.
possible.
That's going to be very hard.
You'd love to get a versatile option that if it were to fall off with him and someone else picks up, Ryan McMahon. But no, I don't know. Gleyber, if we're doing, Yankees honesty hour, Gleyber deserves a glimmer of hope. You know what's going to be there. The defense is never going to be, there's going to be frustrating moments with some plays that you're like, that was pretty nice.
Right.
You're going to have some base running moments that are going to be like, what the hell is that?
Why'd you almost do that?
But Gleyber Torres should hit
Yes.
at a slightly above average major league level, and he's showing some signs of that. So whatever your plan looks like, I think you can pencil in Gleyber as part of it going forward.
At least for the rest of this year.
And he might be our leadoff hitter for the next X amount of time.
Let's get hot this week, Jake. Me and you. We might lead off next week.
Right? Good episode, and we could be leading off next week. So he's your pride, huh?
He is my pride. Yeah. I mean, there's not really that many choices, but he's, he had a good series. Hit 375. Had some homers. Had 2 homers. Extra bases. You like that? Especially he only hit leadoff one day because, there was the farce the night before.
Just why has he got a DH?
49%.
Starts.
That's the other thing that's weird to me.
Jahmai Jones has gotten like 8
athletic.
starts this season.
Feels like he could get someone off their feet even. Like you could spin it as that.
Right. And that, you know what? That wouldn't even make sense. I don't know how you could sell the leadoff thing. You could try, but
That was
Lead off like I can.
that was hoping for a miracle.
I can hope for a miracle, spark something / late in the game subs as we know they look at that.
You guys ever watch Angels in the Outfield?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like the opposite happening for Boone. He's listening to the wrong guy. It's like, yeah, you know what? Put Jahmai Jones in today.
Devil in the dugout.
A devil in the dugout. That's the name of the movie, Devil in the Dugout.
That's who he's listening to.
We did not need a new Brad Osmus nickname.
Devil in the Dugout.
Oh, Brad.
Can't be doing that.
I like that, Bees. I like that.
I'll look into Brad Osmus's managerial record.
Devil in the Dugout.
It's 666. I'm giving mine to Luke Weaver. It was a moment of pride.
Nice.
Like there's kind of a Soto argument. He hit a homer and robbed a homer today, but a lot of it ended up not mattering. And I don't know. It's tough that him and Judge are just fighting for their lives. Luke Weaver, I mean, he partially put himself in a tough situation, but he fought his way out. I think it was 3-0. Bases loaded, and he battled back, let out a couple primal screams. And again, if you're a lifelong Yankee fan, I'm 30 years now. I've been semi-consciously watching Yankees baseball.
Yes, just about.
The Yankees win that game 8 out of 10 times.
I think 8 out of 10 is a safe 8.5.
With the meat of the lineup coming up against the Mets.
And Diekman.
I think the Mets would tell you they lose that game 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Luke Weaver has been awesome this year. It started off as kind of a goof. Jim was on it first. All the credit in the world.
Luke Weaver.
I think I would be full-blown in love with Luke Weaver if he was a step down in the bullpen. Kind of a la Chad Green. Like right now, if we need I mean, Tommy Kahnle, him are kind of dueling a little bit. But Luke Weaver has even, and this, I'm saying this, I want this to come off as complimentary to Luke Weaver. If playoffs come for this team, crazy.
It means you want a deeper bullpen.
Crazy we have to phrase it that way now. Like, Luke Weaver very easily could be like the fourth inning. It's a 4-3 game. Their lineup's coming up for the third time. We need to stop it now.
Yeah.
Luke Weaver's shown he can, like, do that, which is... Nobody had that on their bingo card coming into the season.
He could fill in for that Loizaco role that we kind of pegged Loizaco for.
Who?
You know who I'm talking about. Johnny Laza.
Let's unfortunately get to a more important segment.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Joseph.
Kirko.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Real quick.
Let's go. We're back.
Last episode, I gave you credit for setting the tone right after the All-Star break. Today, I'm giving you the blame. Heaviest is the head that wears the crown, and you are the king of the pitching staff. Jake and I looked at each other in the first inning. We said, I think Cole's going to shove today. You know, he looks like he, and I don't know what happened.
Attacking Mets. His cutter didn't.
Cut. He just, everything was middle.
How middle was it?
It was mid-middle. So it was right down the middle of the middle. I'm saying middle a lot. I was very disappointed. You know, we got the Mets. It's a full house. You're not trying to get swept here. You're going to Fenway. Come on. Let's get it together. Stop the bleeding right here. You're the stopper, Pop. I need you to stop him. And you give up 4 homers in my mind because the McNeil,
right,
that was supposed to be a homer.
Soto,
the wind,
top of the
you had
fence.
divine intervention help you.
What was that stat, too?
Yeah, that was crazy.
If the wind blew it
It
11
gave you
feet in.
11 feet of wind. He said 11 feet of wind, which is
That's
not
not a
a
phrase.
thing. That's
Not
never
a
been a
thing.
thing. That's never been a
not a
thing.
thing.
Cole, you gave up some bombs today, Pop. And then you're frustrated on the side, and I love that for you. But I need more from you, Pop. I just do. And I hold you in very high regard. So you are getting it. Mind you, nobody hit.
I get it. And you're right. And that the hitting should be our frustration, but when 12 runs get put on the board, nobody wants to hear this right now. The Mets deserve a little credit. The stats they were popping up about the Mets right now, that they've been the best offense in baseball for a month and a half.
Yeah. And
that's with Alonso and McNeil formerly struggling, and now looking back, like, I know this is none of our business and you don't care right now, but the Mets have Mets have some serious sauce right now. They're 1 through 9 in their lineup. Everyone is a threat. Tyrone Taylor out of the 9-hole today.
For Vientos.
I know.
Tell Jolly.
Vientos has a chance.
Tell Jolly.
I traded him in Talking Baseball, and Mets fans did not like that.
What?
I mean, I was trying to get one of the Mariners' starting pitchers, so it's not like I was just flipping Vientos, but they did not like that.
Which one?
Any of the 4. Gilbert, Kirby, Miller, Wu.
He's got
whoever Mets fans
800
want
plus
the
OPS.
most.
He's good. They're good. Vientos looks good.
He's awesome.
That's a good
Connecticut
MFer.
kid.
That's a good.
You got Jake?
You grew up a Mets fan.
Ooh.
Oh. Damn. Rough life.
That's just a brutal reaction, huh? My Yankee MFer.
And don't worry about that. Whoever you don't say gets away with it.
Yeah. I think I'm going DJ. I'm a little confused. I'll start with the defense because I'm not confused with that. Like I mentioned, the Clay Holmes chopper that went by him down the line. DJ attacked pretty weirdly for two reasons. One, he's mostly played second base in his career. He's learning to play third base at age 34, 35, 36. The other reason that they had him as a prospect play second base instead of third base is because he does not have the strongest arm. We've seen that illustrated on a couple plays. That DJ took a weird approach on that ball because he didn't have the arm strength. And it was a funky hop, but he tried to olay it because his only shot was to pick it there and whip it. If he came around on it and tried to like keep it in front of him, it's going to be safe anyways.
Yeah.
So I've had my defensive questions about DJ at third base, but I can deal with that. If you can be, God, even if he could be league average right now, how great would that be in the lineup? Not only is he not league average, he's basically the second worst hitter in baseball to one of his teammates.
That's crazy.
And dude, there's just something weird. Like even, it's kind of why I didn't talk about it last episode. Even his home run, it felt like DJ leaned into.
Yeah.
Barely got out. That I don't know, man.
Hitting's contagious, but I feel like with this team, like not hitting is contagious.
Because the other option, I was going to potentially do it. I was going to say JDJ for JD and DJ. I try not to take two early on in the awards. But just those guys feel like they're not playing with like real bats. Like, why have I never seen either of those two hit a fly ball to the warning track or a ball in the gap?
I'm so confused with JD Davis and like the fascination right now. I don't get it. I get the baseball card situation.
Right.
I'm just talking about what I seen as a Yankee. I haven't seen anything.
But part of that is like for a while they didn't even use him.
Right.
Which
not that he earned
was sick,
it,
but it was also
part sick, part like Rice deserved more run, obviously, but there was room to get JD Davis at bats and make us really care about him or get him a chance to get hot.
Yeah.
like
I'm open to being surprised.
About JD?
About JD.
How about this?
The problem with DJ is there's no oomph. There's no extra base ability.
Gone around the room. With all of the data you currently have, who do you think could strictly hit better in August, September? Like who in the universe, whichever simulation that works well for these guys, who could have a better August, September, JD or DJ? Because here's what I'll say.
Let me go remind myself what JD Davis has done.
And maybe this is like a heartness or distance makes the heart grow fonder or whatever it is. I haven't even seen JD Davis be good, and I would bet on JD Davis. That's where I'm at.
It's JD Davis.
That's so true. I think it is JD Davis.
He's put together like 10 good games in Oakland this year. That's enough for me.
Yeah. And he hasn't necessarily been a good player for a little while.
The good version of him runs into homers.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Like not even the good, like the playing enough and in rhythm. Like even when he's not going well, he's a guy who can run into a homer and be a threat.
Let's go into awards. Awards are brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code Yanks. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's code Yanks only. On DraftKings, the crown is yours. They got same-game parlays, live betting, odds boosts, and so much more with DraftKings. So that's code Yanks. $5, get $150 in bonus bets for new customers. Joseph, you have the honors on awards.
I've had a little bit of an issue coming up with awards for this episode, but I have some here.
Just this episode?
Just this episode. just this episode.
David Justice.
Okay. The first award is,
Yeah.
Why Are You There?
Why Are You There award.
The Why Are You There award.
Okay. Is it JD Davis?
No.
It's a bad guess. We just talked about him.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would be a bad award
Right.
if I was giving it. It's Jahmai Jones. Why is he leading off? You're making me crazy. I need a leadoff hitter. And I think it's not even more about Jahmai Jones. I think it's more about the leadoff spot thing that has been such a revolving door for us. And I don't know if the Yankees are just looking for a leadoff hitter. I don't know if the Yankees are trying to look for a high on base guy to put up there and just kind of leave there. I think that they would love to do that. But we should never, even if it is to send a message to the front office, which I don't think Aaron Boone is doing, Jimmy.
What?
I don't think he's doing that. I don't think Jahmai Jones should be leading off, even if he does have a sample size of doing whatever. And don't DH him, please.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
This was a realization I had the other day. And I do want to put this out there. None of us have a qualm with Jahmai Jones, the person.
At all.
Seems like
honestly,
the
like
dudes love him.
He's objectively like performed all right. Like,
He hasn't been part of the Yankees' problems this year.
No.
However, this is what made me mad the other day. If the Yankees had Jahmai Jones in their organization, they would treat him not well. Like, how many Jahmai Jones have come through the Yankees organization that they haven't treated with as much respect? So it was a weird realization for me, like thinking of the different AAA-ish type options that the Yankees have had through the years. That not only have they kept him on the roster all year, which does take away Jahmai Jones' high side potential isn't there.
Right.
I'm sorry. The guy has played 67 MLB games, and he has a 198 batting average, a 535 OPS.
Right.
Okay? So, you're taking away from even a J.D. Davis type who has done it at the big league level and could give us 2 weeks, maybe. Probably not. Not looking great. Jahmai's never done that at the big league level. He's young. Maybe Jahmai has a career somewhere. I hope this is the start, and we look back in a couple years. But how many guys have the Yankees been like DFA crew? Like, they're not the top prospect, so it's not going to happen. Tyro?
That's the fact that they gave up on Tyro Estrada as quickly as they did, and he was a good hitter in the minors.
I get there's a roster crunch and whatever,
It's fine.
but like,
Yes.
if Jahmai Jones had come up with the Yankees org, they would have never given him this level of respect.
No.
But for some reason, because they found him and think there's a bargain value there, they treat him better than 95% of their prospects.
Yeah, it's wild.
So what the hell is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
like
Sorry.
technically,
You're right.
you know, every time it's come up, whether with us or with the media, like Boone makes a point to mention, hey, we think Jahmai can actually hit lefties. Technically, the stats we have seen do back that up. We haven't seen enough of him in general to really know that. He doesn't need to be leadoff, doesn't need to be the DH when he plays.
Willie can bang.
Like, I'm open to him being a guy who can hit lefties. You want to get him into some of those games, get someone else a day off their feet. Verdugo shouldn't be in lineups when lefties are on the mound. Jahmai,
Listen.
you've made play left field. You can bat him 8-9 and see what happens there.
Jahmai Jones should not be leading off for this team. He, like you said, I mean, at this point, if you look at numbers and stuff, he should not even be on the team. But I think that also says a lot, Jake, about what we don't have in our minor leagues and the problem with our position player development and what's going on there and or the lack thereof, and not having people that are ready to come up possibly to replace somebody like a Jahmai Jones.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a yes and no thing. Like the Yankees had someone like Jamie Westbrook in their system last year, who's similar story, couple years older, but like was raking at AAA and never got an opportunity. He's with the Red Sox now. Decent OPS, by the way. That I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I did just kind of have a weird.
Jimmy's in the chat. Hot.
Good.
He said team's dog shit.
He also said he's on vacation, so he didn't even watch all the terrible things that happened at all.
That's good.
So he's enjoying his vacation.
Did we see Luis Torres hitting for the Mets this series?
What's he doing?
I think he's raking.
The Yankees catchers that have left the org have played well. Torres. I mean, Higgy has an 800 plus OPS now, 801, I think.
Ben Rortfat.
I mean, to go over 3, that's tough. That's tough.
It's tough to do.
That's tough. You said minus Sanchez? I don't know what Sanchez is doing right now.
Gary, I think he just came off the IL.
I think he was hurt.
He just came off the IL. Okay, great award. Joseph. I am gonna give out the I don't belong award.
Okay.
I don't belong.
Don't belong. You don't belong award. Let's see.
Or like, no, because that sounds negative.
Okay.
How about this?
Oh, this is a positive award.
It is a positive award.
Okay.
That's where I felt weird about that. I'm gonna call it the Looking for Friends award.
Looking for friends gives me a different perspective.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go with You wanna go Austin Wells?
It is Austin Wells, Joes. Let's go.
Got a point, Jimmy.
Now, why is it?
I think it's Austin Wells because I think obviously we have the Soto and Judge, who's obvious the go-tos.
Yes.
I think Wells wants more people like to join at least minimum his level.
Yes.
And do what he's doing at least.
I don't deserve to be lumped with them.
No.
I don't deserve to be lumped with them.
No.
But I'm kind of doing my thing.
Can we get more people doing this? If we did, we'd be okay.
And again, the bigger thing, and this is more of a Yankees problem because Austin Wells has his different splits that look pretty good lately. And he's a sneaky, crazy walk rate guy. It's like, wasn't it Soto, Kyle Tucker, Judge, and Wells were like the top 4 in walk rate?
I can look into that. It has felt like every day he works at least one long at bat for a walk.
So Austin Wells, whose numbers are like average around the year.
Yes.
If Austin Wells was on a normal Yankee team, batting 6th or 7th, depending the matchup, we'd be like, that's good. That's good. He's in cleanup, dude. So I don't know. He's just looking for some people in his lane, some people to hit happy hour with.
I love that award.
You nailed it.
I love that award.
First time you've ever gotten some.
That's not true. I've gotten many a time.
First person who ever nailed it.
What about that Tampa raffle?
Tampa's one of my favorite stadiums of all time.
I know.
Something good happened to you there.
What's your final award?
Well, Jake, I was going to give out the Why is 6 Afraid of 7 award.
Why is 6 afraid of 7?
Because 7, 8, 9. And I was just going to give it to everybody in that little slot area.
So let me get...
But I'm not going to do that because that's a little crazy.
Because I still have an award to give out.
Right, and that's a little mean because, I got to be nice. If I was going last, I would give that award to just give it to everybody within those slots. But I'm going to go ahead and give up the patience is a virtue.
Patience is a virtue, huh?
Yes.
Patience is a virtue. How about patience is a virtue? Aaron Judge.
I'm not giving it to Aaron Judge, even though he was the one that walked and had the most, right? And that would be the most obvious.
So deceptive.
Very deceptive award. And
Mark that.
Judge always deserves an award. But I wanted to give it to Ben Rice.
Okay.
I know it might feel, even though he's not hitting, and we talked about him.
And bless his heart.
Bless his heart. He's trying his best. But I like that it always feels like he's ready. It always feels like he's ready to try to compete. Doesn't matter if it's left on left or whatever it is. Be patient and continue being patient because I feel like that is going to be your call to fame. Just keep doing that. You're going to get your playing time, your consistent playing time. Right now, I feel like he unfairly lost playing time to JD.
Right. 2 lefties.
And I get it.
I think this was JD's last tryout. I think we've only got.
Oh, Jahmai Jones is still getting
It's not
leadoff
lefties
starts
for a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're without lefties for a little bit.
It should be the last game JD's taking from him.
Continue being patient. The hits will come. I believe in his swing. I really do. His swing is very nice. It looks very nice for Yankee Stadium. I think that him being a patient guy is going to lend to some success. So I'll give it to Ben Rice. And he came in today and he gave some tough at-bats. And he's up there. He's trying to give some chances, I guess. But I didn't want to give a mean award either because I was going to.
I like that. I might give a mean award.
Go ahead.
I'm going to give out the Anywhere But There award.
Anywhere but there.
Anywhere but there. You got this one. I believe.
Anywhere but there.
Anywhere but there.
I'm actually thinking that it is not an offensive player. I think you want to give a mean award to Caleb Ferguson.
No. I get where you ended up there. And yeah, shout out Caleb. It's Oswaldo Cabrera. I'm going to be quick. That throw from third to home.
Oh, my.
Anywhere but there, man.
He could have set his feet.
Oswaldo has almost stood out because his offensive expectations are low and he, plays with energy. That, Oswaldo's felt okay. I can't be having that. I know the game was over at this point, but his chopper to third, they've got the run at home.
I think that led to the 3-run homer.
And he throws it basically in the one spot he couldn't, up and away to the catcher. If he puts that anywhere low, it's an out.
That was bad.
If it's up and near the runner more, I think it's an out. But he threw it up and away across Austin Wells' body that he couldn't get the out.
It's not why we lost, Jake.
No.
I get that.
Down 7-2 when it happened.
Right.
But
Ends the game.
Right. It just, you could tell body language-wise, it's totally demoralized the Yankees also.
Yeah.
It was already done. Yankees were going to lose this game anyway. But that was really bad. And it led to a 3-run homer from Lindor. So it was just tough.
Let's end. And if James is still in the chat, he's going to really like this exercise.
Okay. Oh, he is.
Let's daydream a little bit.
Okay.
About what could be good. Because you mentioned Ben Rice in there. Austin Wells and Ben Rice as a potential 6 and 8 hitter could not be a horrible thing. Maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
Volpe 9.
So, yeah, let's reverse engineer this. Okay. Volpe 9 at shortstop.
Keep that there.
Let's just put Rice/Rizzo at 8 for now.
Okay. Gleyber,
we might have to move him up, but maybe we can start.
Let's wait.
Who else do we got, Pop?
Well, we're putting Soto and Judge.
I think we're missing one person, but let's put Gleyber 7 for now.
Okay.
We'll go Wells just for lefty-righty.
Okay.
So that's our catcher. We go Stanton, DH. That would be 5.
5.
Let's go third baseman trade.
Oh, you sound like you want McMahon right there.
At 4. Let's just say.
Because of where you're positioning this, it just sounds like I know who you're getting from the Rockies.
Which would be Judge 3, Soto 2.
Yes.
So what position would we need as leadoff in that example?
I think we forgot.
Jason Dominguez in center field.
I don't know if he walks enough, but I like that. If he can hit.
Okay, so what's the alternative?
No, that's
Gleyber Dominguez.
No, that's fine. I don't want to change that. Maybe, but
a leadoff third baseman.
No.
And Dominguez hits between Judge and Stan.
Dominguez switch hitting leadoff, I kind of love.
If he's good, that'd be great.
If he's good, that'd be great.
If he's good, that would be great.
Chat? Somebody
Comment
write
Cam.
it in the chat.
Cam in the chat.
Comment Cam in the chat.
Cam in the chat. Joe's, I don't know. Anything.
I want Jason Dominguez to be so good because we need him. We
need a lot.
I have before we go, I have that split you referenced among all players in the American League with 210 plate appearances or more. The top 5 walk rates are Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Kyle Tucker, Austin Wells, and Ben Rortvedt.
Wow.
Thank you for watching Talkin' Yanks. It's going to be a very interesting episode. Sunday night.
Don't lose to the Red Sox, Pop.
Jambino will be back.
He's running hot,
Hey, hopefully we talk by then.
We're at the Friday game.
Oh, we do have a voicemail app.
Voicemail app's coming.
Yeah, feel free to leave us some voicemails for tomorrow's app.
Keep your pinstripes on. Play with your dong. We'll see you guys later. Tell them, Grandma.
Go Yankees.
What? Did I get it wrong? Play with your dog. Did I get that wrong?